Hey, welcome back to Crappy Crafts and Other Ridiculous and Wonderful Things. We're going to do a shadow box today. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new to the show, welcome. This has been so much fun. I can't wait. This is a new one that I want to do, and it's a shadow box. And one of the thoughts is that oftentimes you'll see me say I'm using Creative Fabrica. So this time it's actually something from Etsy, and because somebody else created that and put it on Etsy, I purchased this SVG just for a small amount, but that also means that I do not have the license to sell this. And so those are just some things to take into consideration if you ever want to start selling things. So for this, I love this hummingbird, and the grass is already getting greener, and it's just so beautiful out. Now today it's a little bit colder, it's around 50 I think, and then tomorrow it's going to be back up, so it's getting up into the 60s and 70s again. So spring will hit before we know it. I'm so thrilled. So this is what I wanted to show you. So before we had done a layered shadow box, and the SVG was beautiful. However, it wasn't set up there weren't directions or anything. And so oftentimes when you purchase them, they come a little bit different. So in this one, you can see what it's ultimately going to look like. And remember how the other one had everything kind of all over the place. Well, when I come down here, it's got actually each cut has its own mat. So you'll be able to see it. Well, maybe not, because I'd have to, but you can see how if I take that off. So the other thing that's very cool about this is that this came with directions. So I mean, this literally shows you, go ahead and use this as your bottom, then you're going to go to the next. So you can just even use the colors to figure out how to get to exactly this. And it tells you which ones you're going to use, your stickies, your thick stickies to layer it thicker, and then which sides are going to just be glued. So I love this. I did not have the colors that match this, so that's something else I like to use, stuff that I actually have. At least I'm trying to get in a better habit to do that. So what I did was, what I do is I'll go through and I'll put out each mat. So I already have the white one loaded for the first cut. And then I didn't have gray, so I used this off-white kind of, it's just actually it's more of a dull white. So I have that, and then see how it's got black, and then this darker blue. So I have black, black will be the next one. And then instead of this blue, I'm gonna use this blue. Oh, I cannot wait. And then it says to use the white, and then another blue. So I put all those colors together. What happened was when I got to the green, and then this says purple, and I love purple. However, I only have 2 colors of purple, and this is asking for 3. So I'm gonna do instead these reds. So let's hope it turns out. I figure, why not? If it doesn't look right, then we won't put it, we'll not put it together, and then I'll get purple at some point. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to show you. So when you go to make, which is up here in the upper right corner, what'll happen is it'll actually sort by the mat. So remember, because we're using paper, we don't have to mirror it like we do with iron-on vinyl. So this shows that white. It even shows the colors in the cut. That's that gray. So it's got all the different, looks like I might have made some adjustments. Oops, that's okay. I won't save this when I'm done with it. That way it doesn't save over the old one. But it did have the colored mats all colored up, all queued up. So anyway, so I'm going to start with that first one. I really did. I have a few things going at once. I was sitting down eating breakfast, and I thought, oh, I want to make this, do-do-do. Then I want to make this, do-do-do. And so I ended up opening up. You can have multiple design spaces open. So I do. So anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll start with that first cut and go ahead and cut these, and then I'll see you on the other side when we put it all together. So I know we're not in the other place, but I have to do some quick switching because I think I might need new blades. But I cut out something and it did not cut at all. And so this is where you can see it looks like it cut. You can kind of see some of those cut marks, but they didn't go all the way through. So had I realized it, I could have done, I could have recut it. I tried to pop it out. It's not popping out smooth. So I just did a whole revamp. So I ended up switching out the white for this blue. And then instead of having the bird be blue, the bird is now purple. And so I am here. So I've got, this was number 1 and this was number 3. This is number 2. So the next one that goes on is going to be this one. Because remember, I'm going to, instead of the dark blue, like that shiny blue one that I showed you is like really thick, like really thick. And so I'm not going to use that one. So I'm just going to use my little handy dandy roller here to make sure this is on. I also switched over back to my Cricut mats. I was using some of those generic ones that I had, and the paper was sticking way too much. And so, not that now. Okay, so we're on number 4. It's already set me over there. And so what I did end up having to do, I had to click cancel and then go back in, but it worked out perfect. So this is what it looks like when you take these off. So one of the other problems that I had was if it was holding on to the paper too much, it was trying not to let go of my bird. And then also it wasn't cutting. So I have to be really careful on this. Usually when you pull it off, the stuff you don't want stays on. How cool is that? Like, wow. That in itself would be pretty cool. And I did this once. I had 3D owls. And so I used that anyway. And so, and you can see it's got this mark here that matches up with this. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully pull this off. But see, I don't have to do anything now. It's already got it for me. And so I'm just making sure that it's got the parts out that it needs to have out. Yeah, the person who designed this really did a nice job because she's got everything like perfectly numbered, and you can just see, like, just use that and put this right here so that the numbers match, right? Maybe it's backwards this way. And then you just make it so that you just, literally, it's got the numbers on there. And then you've got number 3. I guess it does end up over here. And so then now we're going to be doing the 4th one. So when you have these, you need to get this stuff off. Instead of using your fingers, there's like these little spatulas. And so, again, I kind of got stung on a generic one before. And so when I did it, it didn't pop off well. So like literally you can do this. Now if they're big pieces like this, I usually can just bend over the, like you can just bend it a little and it'll pop off. For this one though, because they're so small, like this will come off. But then these little pieces, it's going to be easier to use the spatula than it is for me to try to take each piece off. And so with the spatula, I just run that right down and it'll get rid of everything. Nice, right? Anyways, I'll see you on the other side. Hey, okay, so we're back. Woo! Okay, that took so long to cut because there were so many intricate cuts that I ended up feeding the animals, taking Bud out for his walk, making my dinner and eating it. So it was a little time consuming. Did not help at all that my neurospicy brain was like, let's do it. And so I did, let's do it. And I was following on the guide, it said like Matt, 1, 2, 3, 4. However, it didn't match up with what I needed to do. So I didn't match the colors, but remember I changed the colors because I didn't have the original colors. So I have some pieces that are not able to be used, but I'm gonna keep these because I'm just kind of curious to see if I might be able to come up with a use for these. I don't know. Maybe I could even use them as stencils on something. Anyways, you know, it's okay to keep some things, right? I'm not a hoarder, I promise. Okay, so what I've done is I already got started on putting these together. I'm on the last two. And the reason that I waited for the last two was because I wanted, this is really, the instructions that I had shown you earlier, they really are very good. Just if you change your colors, you gotta remember. And so when you go by the color on the mat, you go by your color. So anyways, so this is gonna be on here. And so what I really liked about this was that the designer put numbers on the corners. Ooh, and that makes it so much easier. So right now what I'm doing is I'm putting the dots on. These are double sticky dots. I got mine at Amazon, but you can get them like at Dollar Tree and stuff like that. You know, Michael's, and they usually don't cost a whole lot. What I'm trying to do is I want some depth, and so I'm gonna pick areas that have a little bit of space that this would fit so that I can have that little bit of layered depth there. And then because this, as it gets thinner, it's getting harder and harder to give it that depth, if that makes any sense. And then once I have these on, then I'm going to go ahead and start peeling off and I have them on the four corners. So I'll peel this off. And I'm really looking forward to a new week. It's been something else this week. One bad thing, I had some pretty rough time around 2016, 2014, 15, 16, just some things with family and stuff that, without going into it. So I kind of like had that in my main focus, and so I lost some of the rest of the world. And apparently I did so badly with being friends with somebody. I found out that my one of my junior high and high school friends had actually passed away then, and I didn't find out until this week. So that was really, I really feel bad because she really was somebody who loved to live life, and like just like my other friend who passed, who was my age, a drunk driver jumped over, was going the wrong way on a highway and killed her. And so like it's just so sad when you see these people who are so full of life and have so much to live for and so much family that they love to and they want to spend time with, and then they're gone. So that's sad. Then of course you face your own mortality. And so yes, so I'm gonna line up the 11 to the 10. So it was just kind of a rough week, and then all the rest was good stuff. People told me things that was good for them, good for their future, but it created a lot of change for me. And I can handle change, but when it comes like rapid fire like it did last week, it is really tough. And so like my friend, that was the only thing that was the negative. But like everything else was great. You know, I'm really happy for my friends. I'm happy, you know, that everybody was able to have that great news, and, you know, so it was just kind of interesting week. And so I'm hoping this week isn't nearly as challenging, because it's good. That's why it's good. Okay, this is the last piece. Look at how intricate it is. And so this piece here does not have a number, and that's going to cover up where all the numbers were. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down. And I definitely always wish that, you know, my friends and my family and those I don't know, I wish everybody good luck, and that, you know, everything goes well for you, because, you know, the world's hard enough. We all need to support each other. I'm trying to find this a little space. I think I found one Looks like, no, that's, yeah, I'm just not gonna even try it. I'm just gonna do the outside here. So I try to do it on the in, as close in as I can, only because I don't want it to show. So like that cross that I had made, if you sit under it, if you look under it, you can kind of tell, but the person I gave it to really liked it, I think, so. It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you this final thing. Oh yeah. Are you excited? I'm excited. I know. You've only been with me for a few minutes. I've been working on this forever. It's time. Okay. So we have this. There we go. And then I also like to make sure that I've got all the little pieces weeded, which I think I do. There were some that I caught, you know, as I was taking it off. Okay. So now I'm trying to lay it on. Oh, you guys. Okay. I think this is going to be beautiful. All right, just like we did with the shadow box with the cross. Oh yeah. So I'm going to put this in before you guys see it. And I'm going to let you guys look at it in the shadow box before me. So it's going to be like this. I hope that's right. I can fix it. I'm going to stick this in, because remember how the shadow box has like space so that you can, the final frontier, sorry, so that you can have, there we go, almost, there we go. Wait, no, one more. Should not be this hard. There we go. There we go, okay. All right, drum roll please. I did it. Anybody doing it at home? All right, ready? What do you think? Let's see, I want to see. Okay, I'll bring it closer. Oh, I think it looks pretty good. Wait, let me turn the light on. Oh, it looks pretty good. Oh, all right. Well, there you go. I'm waiting for spring. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.